Good evening, everyone. This is Pooja Arora welcoming you all to this Vidyadaan webinar. Yes, a creative warrior workshop powered by Vidyadaan. And today we are talking about visual effects. Now, what is visual effects? When you talk about VFX, now, a lot of movies and everywhere we are listening about visual effects dal diye, amazing because of the look and feel it's giving. So basically, visual effects are the imagery created or crafted, or I would say enhanced for any film, television, or any live motion, which was actually not shot but was done from the back end. The use of visual effects is in TV, and it has increased in movies, theaters, not theaters, sorry, my bad. So it's in movies, television, OTT, series, everywhere we see visual effects, which was earlier a part of a very high budget movies only. So today we'd like to understand about the need and significance of VFX with Ms. Nidhi Rai. I'd like to introduce Nidhi Rai and then welcome Nidhi Rai. She has done her master's in business administration from Pune University, followed by post-graduation diploma in social communication media. She has worked as a business reporter, producer, and anchor with NDTV, CNBC, and BBC for 13 years. And now she has stepped into entrepreneurship by beginning her own venture, the VFX Institute, with the vision to provide affordable VFX training to every deserving artist in the country. Now, the institution she has is backed by Visual Bird Studio, which is leading production studio in Mumbai for past 6 years. Prominent films from the studios are like Jawan, Brahmastra, Anek, and you know, if I'll keep talking about Nidhi, I'll have a lot to tell. But Nidhi is here, so let's welcome Nidhi. Hi, Nidhi. So good to have you here.
Thank you so much. It's so kind of you, and thank you so much for those kind words. I'm excited. I'm very, very excited to be part of this, and thank you so much for doing this because this is a fantastic platform to connect to like-minded people, to students, and to obviously to tell them how, why, where VFX comes into our daily life. I'm excited.
Yes. Now, VFX coming to daily life. This is what I was talking about earlier. VFX was like something, different. We used to think it's only happening maybe in United States or Australia, but it was like a thing. It was a thing that we never imagined that it's happening in India as well. So I would really like to understand what is VFX from the point of view of somebody like you?
Um, I'll tell you from the point of view of my 2-year-old daughter. So I was, are you there?
Yes, I'm here at the back end. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. So I used to I show a lot of films to my daughter, and whenever she sees something which is really exciting, she gets glued to the TV. So I always tell her कि ये सब जितना भी मैजिक है ये सारा मैजिक बनता है. So whenever I tell her this, उसको जो संभालती हैं काकी वो हमेशा क्वेश्चन पूछती है दीदी ये बनता कैसे है. एंड वी ऑलवेज टेल हर कि ये सब मैजिक है. ये जो रॉकेट फट रहा है, ये जो आप चलते हुए ट्रक पे हीरो झगड़ा कर रहा है, और हीरोइन का आंचल एक पर्टिकुलर एंगल पे उड़ रहा है, ये सब वीएफएक्स है. सो रियल लाइफ में आप कहीं पे भी देखते हैं, कुछ भी आप इम्प्रोवाइज देखते हैं विच इज नॉट पॉसिबल इन रियल लाइफ, विच इज अनरियल, इट इज क्रिएटेड इन वीएफएक्स.
My God, that I think that was the best part. It's a magic that appeals to our eyes, and we actually get glued to it.
It is magic.
So, so there are various skills that must be used for VFX. What? And of course, there must be a creative and technical skills. It cannot be just creative or just technical. So we'd like to understand about the various skills used in VFX to make it, look attractive or
VFX, for what we always tell our students, and me being an artist and somebody being associated with VFX for all those years, I think सबसे important चीज is detailing. You have to have an eye to detail. You should be in complete love with films, with any kind of storytelling, with any kind of medium where you have to come and tell stories, be it films, be it advertisements, be it music videos, be it लाइव टीवी प्रोग्रामिंग. राइट नाउ वर्ल्ड कप में भी अगर आप देखो, जो कुछ भी आप प्रोग्रामिंग देख रहे हो उसमें बहुत ढेर सारा लाइव वीएफएक्स यूज होता है, बिकॉज दैट इनहेंसेस द स्टोरी टेलिंग, इट इनहेंसेस द एक्सपीरियंस ऑफ द व्यूअर्स एंड इट गिव्स यू अ होलिस्टिक पिक्चर. सो वर्ल्ड कप एक बहुत अच्छा एग्जाम्पल है डेली लाइफ से भी. एंड अगेन, to become a good VFX artist, you have to be in love with whatever medium of storytelling you are in. You have to have a fantastic detailing. You have to have a detail to eye, because एक color grading, एक frame clear करना, lighting करना, matching करना, ये सब कुछ बहुत detail की चीजें हैं. And again, to become a good VFX artist, you have to have a lot of on-hand experience. You have to just work on projects to understand ki what is not looking so good or what is looking so good, because you have to have that eye, and that eye can only be developed by seeing a lot of raw footage, worked up footage, and going through the whole process. So we always tell our students that if you are somebody who is in love with storytelling, if you understand what detailing is, if you are an OCD, आपको छोटी छोटी चीजें irritate करती हैं, you are going to be a fantastic VFX artist. You are going to just nail it. And again, then obviously comes the point that how well do you understand softwares, how much you have practiced on them. And obviously this is not a skill set जो आप बस एक बार सीख के खत्म हो जाता है. सॉफ्टवेयर कंटिन्यूसली अपग्रेड होते रहते हैं, सॉफ्टवेयर में नए नए फीचर्स आते रहते हैं. जैसे अभी फोटोशॉप में एआई का फीचर आया है. So this is a continuous, this is a love story which keeps going. So you every day you have to wake up and you have to again fall in love with it to just make sure that the story keeps going. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay, very well explained, Nidhi. You have actually given us the core of what it really is. Now, I'd also like to understand what you must be using some softwares. So, what kind of softwares are you using?
So again, there are plethoras of softwares, and every artist is comfortable creating certain things on certain softwares depending on it. I'll give you a very general, very आम आदमी का एग्जांपल देती हूँ मैं आपको. कुछ लोग गूगल शीट्स पे शीट्स बनाते हैं, कुछ लोग एक्सेल शीट्स में शीट्स बनाते हैं. करेक्ट. सो उसी तरीके से अलग अलग तरीके के सॉफ्टवेयर होते हैं. सो जैसे अगर आपने सिलवर्ट का नाम सुना होगा, सिलवर्ट इज यूज फॉर रोटो पेंट. देन देयर इज मोका विच इज यूज फॉर 2D ट्रैकिंग एंड रोटोस्कोपी ऑल्सो. देयर इज 3D इक्विलाइजर, PF ट्रैक. सो these are all the softwares names I am giving you, which is again, क्या आप सिलवर्ट को सिर्फ रोटो के लिए यूज करते हैं? नो. अगेन, इफ समबडी, एंड सब कुछ का बेस सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट इज फोटोशॉप. एवरीथिंग स्टार्ट्स एंड एंड्स विथ फोटोशॉप. आप फोटोशॉप में पेंट कर सकते हो, कॉन्सेप्ट क्रिएट कर सकते हो, आप 3D मॉडलिंग कर सकते हो मारी में, हुडुनी, ब्लेंडर, रियल फ्लो, आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स. एंड देन देयर इज ऑब्वियसली बाप ऑफ ऑल न्यूक. न्यूक में आप सब कुछ साथ में कंपोजिट करते हो. So these are all very technical softwares which obviously if there are any artists listening to this, they'll be very happy कि हाँ. But क्या आपको ये सारे सॉफ्टवेयर आने चाहिए? नहीं. आपको बेसिकली इन 2-3 सॉफ्टवेयर में से बहुत स्पेसिफिक जो उनके एस्पेक्ट्स हैं उनको बहुत अच्छे से आना चाहिए, बिकॉज एक आर्टिस्ट एक एस्पेक्ट पे काम करता है. आप रोटो करते हो या पेंट करते हो या कंपोजिट करते हो, एंड it will be an ideal situation if you are a master in all of them. But primarily I have always told my students, rather than learning 20 softwares, learn 2 of them, but learn them really well, so well that you are employable on that particular software. You are kind of the best person to work on that software.
Okay, great. And nowadays, so many technology advancements keep coming in. Every, 6 months or a year at least, a version is changing. So, of course, the usability also changes. How do you think it's the technological differences or these advancements are, how frequent are these nowadays? And any thing that you see that will be in trend?
जैसा मैंने आपको बताया, सॉफ्टवेयर के एडवांसमेंट्स है, सॉफ्टवेयर रोज नया, एक सॉफ्टवेयर में एक नया चेंज आता है, एंड टेक्नोलॉजी, हम सब लोग हर लाइफ के हर एस्पेक्ट में हम देख रहे हैं कि टेक्नोलॉजी कितनी तेजी से बढ़ रही है. हम we as a studio, we as an institute, we are really excited about Unreal Engine. We think it is going to be a new thing which is going to be a very important software slash advancement to the whole skill set of VFX and how people work with VFX. Otherwise, a lot of people are talking about artificial intelligence. We as an institute slash a studio, we think that artificial intelligence will still take a lot of time to come and to start taking jobs. Or should we be scared of it? I don't think so. We should embrace it, we should work upon it, and we should try to understand what technology is. Technology बदलती रहेगी, इंसान नहीं बदलेंगे. हमारे पिताजी टाइपराइटर यूज करते थे, हम कंप्यूटर यूज करते हैं, बट काम अभी भी हम ही करते हैं. कंप्यूटर या टाइपराइटर इंसान ही चलाता है. So I always tell people that technologies will come. That is why you have to keep learning. That's why I said it's a love story. Every morning you have to get up and you have to have a new nakhra of your lover. कि भाई आज तो मैं ये करने वाली हूँ, अब तुम झेलो. So टेक्नोलॉजी बदलेगी, आप भी उसके साथ बदलोगे, एंड दिस विल कीप गोइंग. यस, things to learn for is Unreal Engine, which you should, if you are a student, you should start learning. If you are an artist, you should start reading about it. And wherever you get your time or your hands, you should try to learn it as much as possible.
Okay, very well answered, Nidhi. You're converting it to a love story, and yeah, the tantrums that you have to take, the technological tantrums that's happening in everyday life. This is so true.
An artist works at least 20 hours a day. When we work on a movie, when we work on movies like Jawan, Animal, Tu Jhuti Main Makar, or Bheed, or any of those movies, we work for 6 months, 8 months, 20 hours a day. Without a love story, तो ये चल ही नहीं सकता. You have to. I always tell my students and I always tell my team that either you love it or you don't. बीच में तो इसमें कुछ नहीं हो सकता, क्योंकि 20 hours a day is your minimum work shifts.
It has to be a passion, a part of your
passion. We always tell this to parents also, that this is a vocation. You should always let your kid choose this rather than you choosing this for your kid, because this is not something जिसमें you can just sit down and do a CA ka degree. This is not CA ka degree. If you don't like it, if you don't love watching films, if you get bored watching music videos, there is a problem there. So this is a love story. I am convinced about it.
You're convincing me too. So, but
VFX
is very important. No, what made it so important for a movie nowadays? See, now, like even I started it saying that now we see VFX in TV and videos also. Even if there's a scene that somebody is falling, I think your VFX jumps in there, whether it's a TV show or whether it's a serial, it's in OTT, or if it's a game, whatever. So visual effects. But what has made it so important now?
That's a fantastic question, actually. I think VFX allows you to do a lot of things which were not possible in Aam Zindagi. It enhances your storytelling. It enhances the way you produce, the way you show what going on in your head. I always say this कि जैसे रावण आई थी, it was an iconic film. Besides that, we all are Shah Rukh Khan fan, but it was an iconic film. Why? Because it showed something which was, we saw it for the first time on the screen and we were like, oh wow. So आपने बोला ना जैसे स्टार्टिंग में कि हमें हमेशा लगता था VFX सिर्फ हॉलीवुड में होता है, रावण एकदम pretty much अंधेरी वेस्ट में बनाई गई थी. So VFX इसलिए इंपॉर्टेंट हो गया क्योंकि अब VFX ने इनेबल कर दिया है प्रोड्यूसर्स एंड डायरेक्टर्स को उस तरीके से स्टोरी टेलिंग करना जिस तरीके से वो करना चाहते थे, which gives their audience an opportunity to get that kind of an experience. VFX enhances the experience of the audience. Therefore now, पहले सिर्फ मूवीज की डायलॉग्स, सॉन्ग्स, एक्टिंग, स्क्रिप्ट्स डिस्कस होती थी, अब VFX भी डिस्कस होता है. आपने कई मूवीज के VFX को एक्सटेंसिवली डिस्कस होते हुए देखा होगा, क्योंकि VFX has the power of making and breaking films. If the VFX is done right, the film does wonders. If the VFX is not done right, then you are in a huge trouble, because that is not something you can go and fix once the movie has released or a video has released or if you are live streaming a match and if there is a wrong VFX or a wrong information on a graphic plate, you are in trouble. So the reason VFX is so important is because it has enabled producers, it has enhanced storytelling ways, and biggest of all is because these technologies are available in India now. आज से शायद 10-15 साल पहले available नहीं था. That is why India is also becoming the VFX hub for the world. A lot of international companies come to India because they want this world-class work of VFX done on their shows, on their movies, and that's why VFX has become, especially Indian VFX has become so important.
I completely agree. I know there's 70% of the Hollywood work is being done in India, and the Indian government is also supporting because I'm sure you would know about the AVGC policy and the how which is in cabinet approval, because MESC was an integral part of this policy creation, and we are so proud that industry, academia, everyone was involved to actually speak about AVGC, animation, visual effects, gaming, and comic. That has become, an important thing for government as well, because they see a huge prospect in this. And looking at the vision of Prime Minister to make India a skill capital of the world, we are already going in that direction for VFX at least.
In fact, everywhere we go, we do a lot of seminars, we talk to a lot of students, and we always try to create awareness around VFX because there is a huge lack of information, misunderstanding, you can call it, that people always confuse VFX with animation.
Right, right.
I am not an animator. I am a VFX person जो पीछे से उतार निकालती है, green screen हटाती है, color bright करती है, light डालती है, enhance करती है. I don't do animation. Okay. So when AVGC, so we always play that part where Honorable Prime Minister is saying that these are very important aspects which are going to give a lot of employment to youth. And again, we are blessed with so many young people in our country, and these guys will get a fantastic opportunity to make a career in something which is so exciting. Because 70 की स्क्रीन पे अपना नाम देखना आज तक का सबसे बेस्ट किक है लाइफ. लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट अबाउट इट कि आप कुछ भी, आई एम वेरी श्योर कि अगर आप बड़े बड़े लोगों से भी पूछोगे ना, आपको यही कहेंगे आज भी ना अपना नाम देख के स्क्रीन पे बहुत किक आता है. And this is very exciting. When you work for, I know it is 20 hours a day shift, but after that when you see a shot made by you on a TV screen or anybody, and then you tell them कि ये मैंने किया है, next level. So I am very excited. In fact, when this was announced, when our honorable finance minister announced this, that a framework is being designed and there is a team which is going to work upon it, I was very excited about it. And we always tell our students that the reason the government is also so serious about this because they see huge potential in this. And that's why you should always consider this. So for us at the VFX Institute, we are always very, very, very thankful to the government and obviously to you guys also for spearheading this for us.
Thank you so much. And yes, of course, the government is really looking forward towards, prospects in this. And MESC is also going to release our skill gap report. That the numbers in our report indicates how, prospering this industry is.
I know that's very exciting.
So I'm getting questions. Let me take a live question. How does VFX enhance the visual appeal and storytelling in the movies and TV shows? Question is from Preeti from MIT University.
Preeti, as thank you so much for that question. As I've told you that in movies, if you have seen Jawan, I'm assuming everybody does. If you have not, please go and watch Jawan. Subtle plug. And अगर आपने जवान देखी होगी तो उसमें जो मेट्रो वाला शॉट था, that is all VFX. देन अगर आप इंग्लिश मूवीज देखती हैं और अगर आपने टॉम क्रूज की, अगर आपने टॉप गन देखी होगी तो उसमें जो उन्होंने स्टंट्स किए हैं उसमें बहुत सा VFX यूज किया है, उसमें लाइव शॉट्स भी हैं, VFX भी है. सो VFX, एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू बिफोर, कि VFX enhances storytelling for television also and for films also. In television specifically, if you want me to give you examples, गुरु रंधावा का एक गाना आया था जिसमें नोरा फतेही थी. बहुत स्पेसिफिक गाना था, नाच मेरी रानी. वो पूरा गाना, पूरे गाने में CGI और VFX का इस्तेमाल हुआ था. वर्ल्ड कप में आप जो भी जितनी भी प्रोग्रामिंग देखती हैं उसमें सब कुछ में लाइव वीएफएक्स इस्तेमाल होता है. सो दैट इज हाउ इट इनहेंसेस प्रेजेंटेशन फॉर द व्यूअर्स.
Are you serious? Because this is a surprise for me. Matlab, I mean, really? World Cup as well?
Yeah, live. It is all live VFX. It is all live VFX because you see that trophy बाहर निकल के आती है,
Yeah.
से बड़ी होती है,
Uh,
and then there are these highlights, and then there are these numbers which come on the screen. ये सब जो populate होता है screen के ऊपर, these are all live VFX,
oh,
and also
but make sure that the audience doesn't move.
exactly. That's why I said enhances the story. See, let's be honest ना कि एक सिंपल सा बादल भी उड़ सकता है और बारिश कर सकता है, बट उसमें ड्रामा चाहिए ना. ग्रे होना चाहिए बादल, उसमें एक लाइट होनी चाहिए, इतना पानी बरसना चाहिए, इतनी. ड्रामा कहाँ से आएगा? रियल लाइफ में ड्रामा तो है नहीं ना, मसाला तो ऊपर से डालना पड़ता है ना, तो हम डालते हैं उसको.
So, एक मतलब कुछ बन रहा है and उसका जो actually मसाला है, content का मसाला is VFX. I think that's the layman's
That is
language.
that is where we come. So first you go, you shoot whatever you have to shoot, and then you come to the VFX artist and you tell them that, dude, this is what I was thinking. ये वहां तो नहीं मिला. अब प्लीज तुम अपने एडिट टेबल पे क्रिएट कर दो, and we create it.
Okay. So, tell me this. If we are looking forward to make a movie or maybe some short film or anything, how long does it take to create VFX for that? Because earlier you said 6 to 8 months you put on one project. So, is it like, if I'll say just for a 60-minute shot, how long would that make?
See, that depends on the technicality of the shot. उस shot में काम कितना है, ठीक है. ब्रह्मास्त्र को 2.5 साल लगे थे बनने में. क्यों? क्योंकि बीच में कोविड भी आ गया था ऑब्वियसली. जवान में हमने 6 months काम किया है, एनिमल में हम काम कर रहे हैं, एंड इट टुक अस गुड 7 months टू वर्क ऑन इट. द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ टाइम अ शॉट विल टेक, it completely depends on how much work you have to do on it. Are you going to color correct it? You are going to grade it? You are going to balance it? So there are multiple levels of things which you have to take care of. So to answer that question completely depends on how efficient your artists are, एंड आप कितने प्रेशर में हो और आपकी पिक्चर कितनी जल्दी रिलीज होने वाली है. हम एक एक दिन में भी हमने चीजें डिलीवर की हैं, और then we have taken good 2 साल also to deliver things. It completely depends ki how crazy your producer is about deadlines, honestly speaking. And then Mughal Azam took 16 years, so masterpiece takes time na yaar.
Okay, so in what ways in the overall production or a film, what value do you think goes for VFX? Because off late I was reading something and I've heard nowadays live shoots is other budget VFX को assign किया. On there was one movie which was I was reading about. So is it true? I thought maybe it's a fake news.
No. VFX artists are very expensive. We are very expensive people. And the reason a director or a producer chooses to spend so much money on VFX um, rather than not going and shooting there is because VFX also allows you to make and break lot of scenes. जरूरी नहीं है कि आपने कुछ किसी एक particular position, आप किसी एक particular location पे गए, आपने उसको रेकी किया, you like the place, you shot it, and when you came back on the editing table, you are like, this is not helping our story. So if you do that on a VFX table, on an editing table, that helps you more because that is where you can make and break it. जैसे आपको याद है बाहुबली देखी होगी आपने, उसमें जो वाटरफॉल का सीक्वेंस था उसमें 2500 VFX शॉट्स है, 2500 VFX शॉट्स, because it was such a beautiful and an iconic sequence. Therefore they gave it so much time, they let it produce properly. So to answer your question, the reason a lot of producers and directors and especially the industry is paying so much money on VFX is because it also gives them a lot of freedom. They do not need to go to Kashmir to shoot Kashmir. They can just put Kashmir behind and be happy about it. So freedom बहुत मिलती है of showing things in a different flavor.
And then, if we take the same example, going to Kashmir and get encountered with a poor or bad or ugly weather, you are sitting in a studio with a pleasant AC and shooting and then getting the same appeal, right?
पैसे भी कम लगते हैं, क्रू को लेके नहीं जाना पड़ता। और आप
Chalo,
बोलो,
is also a big benefit.
एंड आप बोलो कि ये जो स्नो है ना, इसको लाइट पिंक कर दो, तो हम वो भी कर देंगे, वो भी
Okay,
प्रॉब्लम हमारी।
nice. Chalo, good. Can you share some good examples of some lovely scenes, like abhi Bahubali wala, that waterfall you have mentioned? Some more, if you can give me some examples.
I will give examples from movies which we have worked in the past. Obviously, we worked on Jawan, as I told you. So, Jawan mein iconic double role is completely VFX. Then, Jawan mein jo metro sequence hai, which starts right in the as the movie starts, the metro sequence hai, where he's taking those passengers for being a hostage. That is also done in VFX. Then I told you Tom Cruise की Top Gun, जिसमें उन्होंने वो जो एक बाइक वाला सीक्वेंस है जिसमें वो बाइक से जंप कर रहे हैं क्लिफ पे, वो स्टंट उन्होंने ओरिजिनल किया है, बट उसमें बहुत सा VFX भी लगाया गया है टू गिव द फील ऑफ इट कि ये कितनी ऊंचाई से कूद रहे हैं। एंड देन बुलेट ट्रेन, आई डोंट नो इफ यू गाइस वॉच लॉट ऑफ इंग्लिश फिल्म्स, बट बुलेट ट्रेन आई थी ब्रैड पिट की, उसमें बहुत सा CGI इस्तेमाल हुआ है। देन रावण, एज आई हैव टोल्ड यू, इट वाज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट आइकॉनिक फिल्म्स which has, I think, opened Indian audience to the power of VFX, and it gave them that flight of imagination कि अच्छा ये भी possible है। बाहुबली, as I've told you, RRR में आपने अगर वो एनिमल सीक्वेंस देखा होगा जिसमें एक स्पेशली the actor jumps from the truck and all the animals are jumping with him, it's completely created in CGI and VFX. And then brahmastra, obviously everybody knows how much money, how much time was spent on brahmastra to get every frame correct. So, and for VFX, I can keep going on and on and on. And Tu Jhuti Main Makar, lot of people think कि VFX heavy movies में VFX यूज होता है, VFX हर मूवी में यूज होता है। जैसे तू झुट्टी में मकार जिन्होंने देखी होगी, जो उसमें एयरपोर्ट का सीक्वेंस था वो पूरा का पूरा VFX क्रिएटेड था, क्योंकि हम एक्टर्स को लेके एयरपोर्ट पे नहीं जाना चाहते, ये हैसल वो हैसल, सो देयरफॉर लेट्स क्रिएट इट इन VFX. So there is a misconception that a lot of VFX heavy films like Harry Potter, Brahmastra, Bahubali are only done in VFX. VFX is used extensively across any kind of video making because it makes life easier for a producer, for a director, for an editor to put a storyline together.
Most of the scenes that you've spoken about at the back end with the camera off, I was thinking कि क्या वो सच में VFX था?
And that's why I tell you ना कि अच्छे VFX आर्टिस्ट का काम ही यही है कि आपको समझ नहीं आना चाहिए। It's bad VFX if you are able to catch the चोरी, चोरी पकड़ी नहीं जानी चाहिए। अच्छा VFX आर्टिस्ट वो है जिसकी चोरी कभी ना पकड़ी जाए।
My surprise, honestly, I was thinking वो एयरपोर्ट दिल्ली एयरपोर्ट है या मुंबई है या कौन सा है, but अभी पता लगा कि वो कोई एयरपोर्ट नहीं है। It's a VFX. So nice to know about a lot of things that are happening. And now, when we talk about film industry or, you know, rather overall media industry in total, everywhere, even when you are designing something visual, your uh, what is that called? That live production, the production that is happening with the LEDs at the background.
Like
All these things are like amazing, growing so rapidly at such a rapid pace, and of course, it's so appealing. Also, you have given us a lot of information about VFX, what it happens, why it happens. Can you tell me one good reason that if, as a layman, consider me as a 12th standard student, and lot of opportunities around in all the careers, why do you think visual effects is the best one for me?
I think आपको तो कन्विंस कर लिया ना मैंने।
नहीं तो मैं भी 12th में नहीं हूं ना अभी।
Okay, 12वीं। It is exciting from day one. It allows you to represent your thoughts, what you see in your imagination. You get the right to put it on a screen. You get the right to share it with your friends. क्योंकि आपने स्पेशली 12th वालों की बात की, so you have a lot of Instagram content which you create. VFX helps you in creating that content. It gives you another level of imagination, and you get all the right all the ways of putting it on the screen. Money wise, you make a lot of money, lot of it. And above all, you do not need a degree to do a VFX course. We as an institute are an age agnostic, stream agnostic, and we teach each and everybody. There is also we also teach in Hindi, English, Marathi, and we also know a little bit of Bengali. So we are also language agnostic. VFX करने के लिए आपको हमारे अगर इंस्टीट्यूट से आप करते हो तो आपको सिर्फ 6 महीने का टाइम लगता है, जिसमें आप 2 महीने पोर्टफोलियो डेवलपमेंट करते हैं, एंड देन वी हेल्प यू गेटिंग जॉब्स. The demand is insane. The demand of VFX artists is insane, and the supply is very little. So there is a report by BCG which says that there is 75,000 to 1,25,000 jobs per year, and there are only 30 students hardly who know proper VFX. The primary reason of opening this institute, was that when we used to go hire students, we were never finding the right skill sets in students, and that's why we decided that let's come up with a course where we can teach them how to be a good VFX artist. And this will not take time. This is not very expensive. This is not boring for sure. This does not only open gates in film industry, it open gates in advertisements, in TV production, in television. It obviously is a superb hit idea if you want to be an Instagram content creator, if you want to be a YouTuber, if you want to be a blogger. VFX does not contain you into a particular stream, and this is a skill set which everybody does not have. So I think these are all the reasons why you should for sure consider this as a vocation. I'm not saying that you do not need to do your graduation or you do not need to do your full-time courses. But if you are interested in making something out of these kind of vocations, this is a degree you should have. That is for sure. I think up mute, Bill.
My bad, I was talking on mute. So you have just, I'm not feel like actually closing this session. As you have spoken about degree, do you think when a degree is required or just the skill is enough? If you are skilled enough to do something or come up with your, whatever the production requirement is, do you really need a degree? Or do you think even a diploma where you have a skill, or if you're skill certified, that's enough?
Yes, in India, degree is a word which is very loosely used. I think you have to, but see, I get a lot of students which say कि हमने तो ये YouTube से सीखा है, हमें इंस्टीट्यूट आने की क्या जरूरत है. उनके लिए मेरा ये जवाब रहता है कि बेटा तुमने YouTube से सीख तो लिया, बट ये तुमको किसी ने बताया कि सही है कि गलत है. And when you get a certified diploma from which says you are certified in a skill set by MESC, you are certified from an institute, it is a proof that you have been trained well. There is a team of people who are going to vouch you, and that is why you have to take a diploma. You call it a diploma, you call it a degree. There is a reason why we have to go through a proper way of attaining a skill set, and it is very fancy to say कि मैंने तो YouTube से देख के सीख लिया, I am self-taught. But maybe you are just working in your own cloud. You are not talking to peers. You do not have any senior guy or somebody senior to guide you. You do not know what is happening inside the industry. So we as an institute, we put our students in touch with lot of industry people who are right now working on those films. So वो आके आपको बताते हैं कि अच्छा भाई इंडस्ट्री में ये हो रहा है. Because you are a part of a very dynamic world which is changing every day. So a proper degree / diploma is a must. You have to have it. You have to have a proof saying that you are trained in this skill set.
Right. So your skill is more important. And this, of course, skill certification confirms that you're skilled. Because ultimately, there might be 10 things. And if you just learn one from XYZ university, your YouTube university, WhatsApp university, nowadays, everyone is learning from there. But that is not enough. You should get skill certification. So even if you think you are, skilled enough, then get a certification. Of course, with the assessment, it will get cleared.
And in the long run, if you're seeking this as a full-time career opportunity, why don't you want to invest in your future? Invest in your future. Do a proper training, take a proper certificate, and approach it properly. That's what I mean. I'm not saying that people जो खुद से सीखते हैं are wrong, but I'm saying कि when there is a structure, when you have these facilities, why don't you make most out of it? That's it.
Right, absolutely. I'm with you. So, guys, if you want to learn, there is a skill certificate, and it's not a very long term course also, and lot of career opportunities, like mentioned by Nidhi also, and of course, the skill gap report is going to talk about all the numbers. I'm keeping the fingers crossed, and next time when Nidhi will be conducting a session, she will mention about our report, because that even indicates a bigger number.
I know that is that. See the amount of work coming to India and the lack of artists available to ready to work on projects because they are not trained. They don't have the skill sets.
Right, absolutely. And of course, the creative angle of India is just amazing. It's nowhere in the world.
And the,
So
the, the mad love for cinema.
True, and every 50 kilometers, our culture is changing, our language is changing, our thought process is changing. So, a lot of things together.
I always tell this to students and I always say this in seminars. I always watch that RRR का animal वाला sequence and I always think कि सर क्या सोच रहे होगे कैसे बनाया होगा इसको. And I would request everybody listening to this webinar, please go and check out that particular shot from RRR. And when you look at it, you'll be like, wow, this was something nobody thought about it. And it is so important. So creativity, yes, we have a lot of it and we should put it to work.
Yes, absolutely. With this, I'd like to mention about the upcoming session first before thanking Nidhi, because I loved spending time with Nidhi. So we are coming up with another session on 9th of November at 2 o'clock. And guys, we are so excited about this session as well, because it talks about entrepreneurship, skills, attitude, and behavior development, which is a very important aspect of all the careers, all the job roles. And with this, thank you so much, Nidhi. Your time is really precious, I know, and your spending time with us was really amazing. And yes, you have broken a myth, um, a lot of it, that I used to think these are real places, but they are not real.
VFX वालों का श्राप होता है जब हम लोग एक बार किसी से बात कर लेते हैं ना तो उनका मूवी व्यूइंग का जो पूरा कॉन्सेप्ट हम तहस नहस कर देते हैं. अब आप जब भी कुछ देखोगे ना तो आप उसमें ढूंढोगे इसमें क्या सच है क्या VFX है. That is how we ruin everything for people. But thank you so much for this opportunity, Pooja. This was fantastic, and I would love to come back. And if your students have, and if anybody has any questions, feel free to email us. You can always follow us on Instagram. There is a lot of tutorials we have put on Instagram, which will give you more insights what VFX is, why you should make a career in this. And thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much, everyone, for being with us. We are so excited that now we are conducting series again, and we'll be coming up with more series and more sessions for you. And yes, so we are meeting before Diwali, so we can maybe wish for festivals in another 2 days. Till then, take care. Goodbye. Goodbye, Nidhi.
My side. Happy Diwali, everyone. Happy Diwali, Pooja.
Thanks.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye. 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 Take care. Thank you.